Yes. 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 We have them. We have them. We have them. Whatever the court say, we have them. Whatever the court say, we have them again. And so, brothers and sisters, and you wonderful people of all saints, especially Markpad area, I am delighted to be here with you tonight. I know the night is already spent, my dear good people. I want to thank my colleagues for their wonderful interventions and presentations here tonight. We are on a roll. We are on the victory trail. There is no turning back, my dear good people. We are going forward and upwards. Our cause is right. Our cause is just. And with Almighty God in the vessel, we are going to smile at the storm and move forward, my dear good people. You know, I want to say to you, as I've always said, boundary change or no boundary change, the United Progressive Party will win the next general election in Antigua and Barbuda. And so, my dear good people, I want all of you to remain strong, determined to make sure that victory is secured next time around. I want to remind you also that we have fought too hard. We have done a tremendous job over the past 10 years against tremendous odds to keep Antigua and Barbuda afloat and to make sure that we are moving in the right direction and on the right track. And my dear good people, when you look at where we are now and what we have been able to accomplish for this country, it would be a travesty. It certainly, my dear good people, would be devastation if we were to allow ourselves to be fooled into believing that whatever is next door is in our interest. It cannot and will not be in our interest. You have got to stick with what you know. You have got to stick with the United Progressive Party, a party that has delivered for the people of Antigua and Barbuda. And as I always say, my dear good people, when you examine, my dear good people, what the United Progressive Party has been able to accomplish with your help, with your support, and with the kind of resilience that you have demonstrated against the odds, that, my dear good people, we have not been able to accomplish everything. We have not been able to satisfy the needs of everybody and the wants of everybody. But I can assure you, my dear good people, that when you examine the situation and you look at how we have been able to manage and keep things going and afloat in this country, we have done the greatest good for the greatest number in Antigua and Barbuda. The record speaks for itself. It is there. It is there. And so, my dear good people, I want to urge all of us to maintain that determination, which is so important. We have got to make sure that the work is done in all the constituencies throughout Antigua to make sure, my dear good people, that on election day, that it is UPP all the way. United Progressive Party deserves to be given the next term to accomplish and complete the job that we have successfully started in 2004. And so, my dear good people, I just want to say to you that we expect that the people in All Saints East and St. Luke's will do what they have been doing and return the United Progressive Party candidate, Sister Joan Messiah, to the House of Representatives as an integral part. The same thing in St. Paul, my dear good people. Elliston Adams, Chandler Codrington in All Saints West, my dear good people. All these candidates form an integral part of the UPP team, my dear good people. And all of them are deserving of our overwhelming support. But brothers and sisters, I don't want you, as I said earlier, to be fearful or overtaken by some of the shenanigans that the Antigua Labour Party is trying to perpetrate in this country. You have just got to keep your heads on and understand what the real issues are. And the issues are these. Who would be a better team to steer the future of Antigua and Barbuda, whether it has to do with social programs, whether it has to do with the economic development, job creation, culture, whatever, agriculture, whatever area of activity? You have got to ask yourselves, are you going to return to a situation where the Antigua and Barbuda Labour Party plunged this country into literal darkness? And when the United Progressive Party took office in 2004, we had got to spend a lot of time repairing the image and the integrity of Antigua and Barbuda. And you're telling me that you want to return to those dark old days of the Antigua Labour Party? The answer must be a resounding no. And you have to make sure that you go out there and ensure that these people are rejected and to put the Antigua Labour Party away once and for all. We are going for three-peat. We want you to stand firm for a third term with the United Progressive Party. We have the women, we have the men, and we have the measures. We are deep rooted in the people of Antigua and Barbuda. And we want us to continue this great crusade that we would have started and make sure that we move forward together as one people. My dear good people, I just want to say to you finally that we are on the countdown. I just want to remind you, we are on the countdown, and the countdown means that you have got to be more aggressive. You have got to be more determined. You have got to make sure that all the activities are supported. You have got to make sure that you go into the various constituencies and you lend a helping hand, encouraging all our supporters and sympathizers to gird themselves and organize themselves for the day of reckoning. So, my dear good people, we can't rest on our laurels at this time. We have to make sure that we garner everything that we have in our arsenal and move forward to secure this victory. So, my dear good people, I have asked the police to give me some time. I don't want to overextend it. We have to be reasonable. So, my dear good people, I want to say to you that the United Progressive Party is the choice for Antigua and Barbuda going forward. Don't you agree? The real choice. In fact, the only choice for Antigua and Barbuda right now. And so, no matter what they do, in court, out of court, or whatever, we are moving forward and onward. And we are determined to secure victory for the United Progressive Party because it is in the interest of you, the people of Antigua and Barbuda, to ensure that that is so. So continue to be supportive. Continue to be supportive in every respect. And I want to remind you, we'll be hitting the road on Sunday. We will be hitting the road on Sunday. We will be taking over the streets of Antigua on Sunday. So from all our corners of Antigua and Barbuda, you have to gear up, you have to organize, you got to mobilize, and you're going to put every car, truck, whatever, on the road for Sunday throughout Antigua. We are describing it as our mega whistle stop. You know, that's our description. A mega whistle stop will be covering all of Antigua. And if we get a chance, we will sail across to Barbuda. So brothers and sisters, I want you to prepare for that. We want to have a wonderful day on Sunday. We want to bring all our people out when we take to the streets. Finally, my dear good people, I just want to say to you, the spirit and the determination that you have been showing must not be dimmed. In fact, if anything, it must be heightened to make sure that we secure the victory. Three-peat. 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 Stand firm for a third term with the United Progressive Party. Yes! 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 We have them! We have them! We have them again. Good night. May God bless you. Have a safe journey home. And I look forward to seeing all of you on Sunday.